So, yeah, I mean, looks like Ding's holding a handful of sideboard cards. He's got a Naturalize. He's got 2 Cranial Extractions.
That's all reactive, though.
But he has no permission, and he has no creatures.
Yeah, I don't think he can afford to keep a reactive hand. I think he's got to get out some damage source. And then, you know, if he's reacting to Frank's threats, he can buy himself a couple of turns. But I think Frank wins eventually. He'll eventually just exhaust Leon's ability to react. I mean, I guess Extraction can punch a hole in Frank's strategy, but it doesn't. I mean, Frank has enough different ways to play his deck that Extraction isn't lethal.
Right, he has to make a decision about whether or not the Greater Good is the card that Karsten was talking about, whether or not he would leave in the deck, based on the Cranial Extraction. So, I mean, Ding has to make his Cranial Extraction decision. Does he try to extract Greater Good, or does he try to, you know, the Greater Good deck, or is he extracting a Gifts deck? And,
right.
And those are 2 very different decks to attack.
Right.
So, you know, something of a transformative sideboard here for Frank Karsten.
No extractions. Naturalize, perhaps.
Frank's trying to figure out what on earth is in Ding's hand. He's just talking out loud through it.
And he just nailed it, too.
It's like, what do you have? You Naturalize and Cranial Extraction is the only cards he can figure out that Ding would have and just not be casting anything with 6 mana. He knows his Dragon Resolve last turn. He's like, all right, how do I play against an opponent who has Naturalize and Cranial Extraction in his hand? Well, I summon a big monster. And then I summon another big monster.
Doesn't need to play Dozan. Everything's resolving anyway.
Right.
Okay.